Boxing was in a good place. Now we're kings of the world, and the king is back. And April 21st is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be moving towards some of the biggest fights in the division. It was great to sit down with Amir over the last couple of months and weeks, and particularly to find out the desire that he has to become a champion again, the desire he has to fight again. And away from the fun and games of some of the best TV viewing I think we've seen in recent years on I'm a Celebrity, the desire is to win titles. The desire is that he is a fighter.
Let's stop right there before we listen to Amir Khan. They're having another press conference tomorrow. Today is January the 29th, 2018. It is 8:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on outside of Philadelphia. And tomorrow, the 30th, there's going to be a press conference where Lo Greco, who Amir Khan is fighting, they're going to go face-to-face. TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live, the owner and editor-in-chief of FightView360.com. Please check us out for your ranking, schedule, anything you need in relation to boxing. We are here now. We are established, and we're pumping out content quickly. The link right down below in the description box. Also, we're interested in help. We need people out in Liverpool, out in Manchester, out in Cardiff, out in London. So if you're interested in helping out, and for those who have contacted me, I'm going to be getting back to you this week. We are ready to start. So the contact information is right down below in the description box. If you're interested in going to fights, if you're a mature individual or you understand the importance of these events and understand that you're going to be around multimillionaire celebrities and, athletes, promoters, executives, such and such, then please contact me. Anyway, listen. People are like, who is Lo Greco? He fought Shawn Porter. He fought Errol Spence. I saw both of those fights live years back. This fight right here against Errol Spence was about 2.5 years ago. He was a late step-in at the time, and basically Errol Spence stopped him in the third round, as of course you may think, or you may know. When it comes to Amir Khan, which you may understand is that he can whoop your ass for all 12 rounds. But you always have a chance if you're able to hit him with a shot and knock his ass out. That's always the case. Somebody commented on some post I did a couple of weeks ago or about a week ago where they were like they never seen Amir Khan lose more than 4 rounds in his career. And that's true. He'll be whooping your ass, but it takes just one shot. Lo Greco, modest KO ratio with 28 wins, 3 losses, 15 KOs. One of those KOs one of those losses was by KO, as we talked about to Errol Spence. He is Italian Canadian. He also fought on where was it? This card right here for Global Legacy Boxing. Some friends of ours up in Canada, and as you can see, he is 2-2 in his last 4 fights. So you can tell clearly, obviously, this is just Shawn Porter right there. Who else has he fought that I know? I don't know any of these people, really. Hector Roscoe. But he's been around for forever. But as you can see, wait, I don't know this Hector Carrozzo. No, I don't know him. Anyway. As you can see, he has these names of being, of Shawn Porter and Errol Spence. And, of course, they're going to talk about that and sell that part. But, as I said, it's just, what did we expect from Amir Khan for his first fight back? What did you expect? I didn't expect for him to fight anybody, of real note, especially since he signed a 3-fight deal. They want to get off the rust. The last time he fought was in 2016. By the time he gets back into the ring, it'll be almost 2 years, 21 months. No, excuse me, 23 months since he fought Canelo back in May of 2016, and he's fighting April the 21st. Also, Frampton versus Donaires on that same day as well over on Box Nation BT Sport. Frank Warren is kind of pissed about that, but I think that this Amir Khan fight is going to do good because it's Amir Khan, but that Frampton versus Donaire fight is the fight of the day, if you ask me. But as I said, looking at, his resume, with the, Canelo, obviously he got knocked out. Chris Algieri should have had a knockdown in that fight. I think, wasn't it that body shot? I was at this fight, by the way. You have, his best win, in my opinion, at that stage in his career against Devin Alexander, the Luis Collazo, fight he did really, really well. Julio Diaz knocked him around. This Carlos Molina fight was the comeback fight after being knocked out by Dana Garcia. Lamont Peterson failed the drug test, recently lost to Errol Spence. Stop Zab Judah, Paul McCloskey. And then, of course, this is the biggest fight. Put it this way, he says this is the most memorable fight of his career. And in my opinion, it is too, because he did survive, even though he was getting his ass kicked against a somewhat unknown Marcos Maidana at that time. Paulie Malignaggi, this guy was very good at the time. Marco Antonio Barrera put an end to him. And then, of course, you remember the Breedis Prescott, who just lost. Breedis Prescott was on the Matisse Kiram card this weekend and got beat up. Just this a couple days ago. So, I guess what I'm saying is I'm interested in the fight because it's Amir Khan's comeback, and all Amir Khan fights are exciting because you never know if he's going to get knocked out in some type of new creative way. We've seen him knocked down multiple times, and even though he does have, only 3 knockouts, meaning that he's only been knocked out 3 times, still, they've been devastating knockouts, and he's known for having a questionable chin. You hit him with the right shot, he get up, he don't be the same. Legs be all, fucked up. His eyes just be, And he's one of the only boxers that can get knocked out, and he don't have to go to the hospital. He just get up, walk that shit off, So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with him and Kell Brook, because obviously, if Eddie Hearn signed him, right, you have to think that they had some type of talks to say, okay, well, Amir, here, we can get you an easy comeback fight, and then, we got to make that super fight between you and Kell Brook. I'm confident that him and Kell Brook is going to happen. But what if it has to, the way Amir Khan is saying is it's going to have to happen at 147 pounds. Of course, if Kell Brook beats Sergey Rabchenko, and I forgot when that fight is. It's in February, but when in February, I forgot. Let's go look. So if he beats Sergey Rabchenko, and Amir Khan beats Lo Greco, then you would think that they would go have that fight in the summer, March the 3rd. March the 3rd. So Amir Khan is fighting just a little over a month after. So they can have that fight in April. In September. August maybe, September. No later than October. And the question I have is, Kell Brook has had issues fighting at 147. Many people thought that he wasn't going to fight Errol Spence, that he was going to drop his belt and move to 154 and get a shot at a Jared Swift Hearn, or something like that. Or, try to go after Cotto at the time or something like that. But he did something that even Keith Thurman said a lot of fighters don't do, is take two back-to-back tough fights, and he deserves credit for that. His only 2 losses, and he was doing very good in the first half of those fights, and you have to question that what if he didn't get his eye socket broken, He did very good against Golovkin at 160 pounds, got his eye socket broken. He did very good against Errol Spence, got his eye socket broken. So the question is, will people say Amir Khan is draining Kell Brook by having Kell Brook fight him at 147 pounds when we know that Kell Brook shouldn't be fighting no longer at 147 pounds, And would Amir Khan be willing to do a catch weight of like 150 or something like that to make it fair? Because truth be told, if it's at 147, I already see that cloud surrounding the fight. But nonetheless, the UK is going to eat it up. It's going to be a big fight. Can they do stadium? I think they can do 70,000. Can they do? Maybe you guys can tell me. Can Brook Khan do 70,000? They've been talking about Wembley for years now, and now it's looking like we're finally going to get it. If one of these guys don't get beat up, if Amir Khan don't get knocked out, if Sergey Rabchenko don't pull a mega upset, but. Nonetheless, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I got to do another video on this tomorrow anyway after the press conference. So once again, if you're interested in helping out, go to media workouts. Remember, this stuff takes place in the daytime, so you have to have some open availability to an extent. Contact us at info@fightview360.com or send us a message on any of our social media platforms and whoever the admins are for. That social media platform will likely get that message to me. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.